So the second peripheral in our Extreme series ever is here. Oh, that way. The ROG Harpe Ace Extreme is here. And if you're a fan of an ultralight mouse, this mouse was made for you with, well, everything you could ever hope for.
Literally, yes, it was made for you. The Harpe Ace Extreme, we announced this one at Computex, but it is finally here. It is on shelf today. You can buy it on Amazon. In fact, I'll pop the Amazon link in the chat right now if you're watching live.
It's in the description as well.
You can buy it. But so we already have a mouse called the Harpe Ace. You guys are probably familiar with it.
And we have an AimLab edition, right?
Yes, the AimLab edition is the most recent one. But this one is extreme. There are a few things that make this mouse more extreme than our other offerings. And the first is the material. So like Jake mentioned, this is designed to be an ultralight mouse.
This?
It's not our first ultralight mouse, but it is the lightest. So Jake, you're the esports guy. I know it's a cool box. Yeah. Can you explain why ultralight? Why should I care about a mouse that's super, super light?
Yeah, most esports gamers will lean towards ultralight mice. I mean, back in the day, you had your trackball esports athletes, you had your heavier mouse esports athletes, but ultimately, when you think about any kind of training, whether it be for gymnastics or football or esports, you have to think about your equipment as being a core component in your success, right? And part of being an athlete is lots of practice, lots and lots and lots and lots of training. And honestly, it might not seem like that significant of a thing, but the heavier your mouse is, the more fatigue on your arm and your wrist there is. So that is actually a really relevant factor. A lot of gamers like it because they find that it's just easier to use the mouse long term. The other thing is a lighter mouse is easier to push around. Therefore, you can do it more quickly and you can be more accurate, right? So for those like kind of like wrist flick shots and like a FPS and even just playing and doing an RTS game, there's a lot of highlighting your unit groups and choosing what units you want to attack with and so on. And lighter mice just tend to be better for most gamers. Now that's not true for everyone, but that is by far the majority, especially with the newer age of gaming with higher refresh rates monitors. We're finding it to be even more relevant that lighter mice are even better with refresh rates continuing to go to 500 FPS and beyond. We're always pushing the technology with monitors there too. So it's kind of married to that. It's married to our displays evolving, our training conditions evolving, and gamers, wanting lighter mice because it's better for them.
So it's a really good analogy talking about athletes and training and stuff. But what you're saying is that I should not, during my training periods, use a 500-gram mouse like Goku to.
It's not gonna help
every other mouse feel lighter.
No, you definitely want to like swap and stick to it. So it's funny. I've been using the Gladius 2 or 3 for 2 and 3 for the last 4 years. Those have been my mice.
I love my Gladius.
Ever since I joined ROG. I've been using the Gladius 2 and 3, and I'm a stubborn old man. I'm a dad officially, and I've got grays, and I'm just a stubborn old man. I've been using heavier mice for forever, but I'm going to take the plunge. This is going to be the first ultralight mouse I ever take the plunge and swap to, which is going to be very interesting because, like I said, I'm stubborn.
It's the lightest.
I don't want change. And this is going from, again, like a more not well-rounded. That's not the right thing, but an old style. This is kind of like a traditional.
I think this is well-rounded because it's not. This isn't a heavy mouse, the Gladius. It's lighter than the mouse that I was using previously, but it's not nearly as light as something like the Harpe Ace.
Like I'm actually really intrigued to. Oh my god, our packaging team, like they just are ridiculous, right? You guys saw how that first box opened. That was just the outer box, right? It like had like a flower effect, like, and it folded back up perfectly. Like it's, and then this, oh my goodness, like that is a premium unboxing experience. So
I have to ask, can you hear the jets flying overhead? Or is Discord noise cancellation?
I didn't hear any jets, but
good because the air show is happening not that far away from us. And like the Blue Angels are starting to train and stuff, and they fly right over our house.
But anyways,
dude, that case is awesome. That's so cool how it's like the exact shape as the mouse.
Oh my. Okay. It's just before you even jump in to talk about this, I really just have to talk about I'm maybe having second thoughts about using this mouse because I'm going to commit, but this is ridiculously light. Like
it's crazy.
I've read the stats and stuff and it's hard to put that into like reality because this doesn't feel real. This doesn't feel, how is there a battery in this? How is this wireless? How does it weigh
How
so
is there
little?
anything in it?
Like it weighs.
It feels like a fake mouse. Like
Like,
it feels like it's just the plastic, like a prototype plastic shell.
It genuinely feels like this is an unfinished product. Like I got robbed. Like I was delivered a product that will not function. You're right. Like, but it's
That did happen to me once. Remember when they sent me the fake graphics card?
Yes, I do actually. Wow, that's insane. Anyways, take it away.
It is crazy. And so, look, there are a few different ways to make a mouse feel that light. And one of the more common ways in the past few years has been using like a honeycomb build for the frame. So they have a lot of holes in the mouse. Now, we didn't want to do that. We wanted to try something a little bit different to separate ourselves from the pack, but also because, like, you know, that's a little bit weird on your hands, the honeycomb thing, and it can trap dirt and grime and stuff like that, a little less comfortable. So instead, we chose to go with carbon fiber. Now, you guys are probably familiar with carbon fiber. It's used in like race cars and spacecraft and things like that. Probably these jets flying overhead my house because of its high strength to weight ratio, right? It's super strong, but it's much lighter than things like steel. And so in this case, it's even lighter than some of the regular plastic we used, and it's allowed us to make this mouse only 47 grams, which is wild. And like Jake said, 47 grams, you're like, okay, that sounds like a decent, but once you hold it, you're like, this doesn't feel real.
It feels like holding like a pen. I'm not even kidding. Like,
also, the other advantage of carbon fiber is that it looks awesome. It looks really
very
cool.
beautiful. And every mouse is going to look a little different than the other, right? They're all going to be slightly unique because that pattern is organic, right? It's naturally formed.
Yep. But at the same time, this is kind of crazy. They actually do pay attention to like the angle at which they form the carbon fiber to that shape so that it is aesthetically pleasing and it's not like exactly straight up and down or stuff. Like it looks really cool. And
nice.
That is very meticulously crafted to be like that. Make a vest out of ROG mice. You could, I suppose. So obviously, that's not the only thing that contributes to the weight of the mouse. We also considered the arrangement of the PCB and the battery inside the mouse because this is wireless. You know, it's not just about weight. It's about the balance and the way that that weight is distributed across the mouse. That can have a big impact on the way it feels during intense play. One 47-gram mouse might feel very different or lighter than another 47-gram mouse just because of the way the weight is distributed. The feet on that mouse that Jake was holding are standard PTFE feet, but inside the box, you may have shown it already, you have a set of Gorilla Glass feet as well that you can attach to the bottom of the mouse. Are those them? Yeah. So those are going to make it a little bit heavier than the 47 grams, but the Gorilla Glass is so... those might actually be the PTFE. There might be another set in there. I think it has... There you go. That's the Gorilla Glass right there. The ones with the kind of the ROG text on the back. So adds just a tiny, tiny bit of weight, but holy moly, the Gorilla Glass is so smooth.
Even says, caution, avoid using on hard surfaces to prevent wear. So this is an option.
So I wouldn't use that if you have a glass desk, right? Yeah. This sensor does track on glass, as we'll talk about a little bit later, but I wouldn't use the Gorilla Glass feet on a glass desk. But if you're using it on like a mouse pad,
these are extra rubber grippies for the sides.
Grip tape. Yep. A lot of cool stuff in that package. We'll talk about some of the other accessories in a bit. The other kind of piece of the puzzle to the mouse itself is the shape, right? So like our other esports mice, the Harpe Ace Extreme was built in collaboration with esports pros, not just in terms of the weight distribution, but also the shape. So while some mice, like our Gladius, for example, that Jake was showing earlier, this uses kind of a more curved design, which feels great if you are right-handed. The Harpe Ace Extreme is symmetrical. So you can keep a solid grip on it whether you are right-handed or left-handed. And the other advantage of a symmetrical mouse and kind of just the general shape, I think it's a little bit flatter than the Gladius, which is a little bit taller, is that it works with any type of grip, right? So generally you have kind of three main different mouse grips, right? You have the palm grip where your whole hand is on the mouse. You have a fingertip grip where you kind of go like this. That's what I use. And you have a claw grip, which is like this, like fingertip, but your fingers go straight down. Jake, what are you?
I don't even know that. I wasn't listening to your definition.
You
not claw.
Do you put your whole hand on the mouse,
yes.
or do you does your palm kind of hover above it? And you're okay. Interesting.
My palm is on it, but my hand kind of hovers. Almost
Okay.
claw, but not quite claw.
Yeah, so that'd be fingertip. That's same.
Yeah,
as me.
fingertip. Yeah.
Yeah, I should poll people in chat, but I'm talking, so I'm not gonna. But I am curious what the.
You know what?
the
I'm gonna get a
distribution
Twitch chat poll going. That's a great
You
idea.
can do it while I talk. Yeah, I want to know what kind of grip you guys use. But the idea is that while certain mice may be a little bit more friendly to certain grips than others, this is designed to be like kind of as wide ranging as possible for anyone. This is the same shape as our Harpe Ace Aim Lab edition. So if you like the design of the Extreme but can't quite swing the cost, or if you want it in white because the regular Harpe Ace is available in Moonlight White as well, regular Harpe Ace Aim Lab edition is still a great choice as well. The main difference is going to be the carbon fiber build and a few other things like the sensor and the accessories that Jake has kind of brought up. So let's talk about that a little bit. The Harpe Ace Extreme uses our Aimpoint Pro optical sensor. So the regular Aimpoint in the Harpe Ace is 36,000 DPI. This one is 42,000 DPI.
Jeez.
So a little bit higher with 50 grams of max acceleration, or sorry, 50 G of max acceleration. And it has track on glass technology like we talked about. But if you're using the Gorilla Glass, I wouldn't use it on a glass desk. It also has a 100 million click lifespan on the ROG micro switches, which is up from 70 million clicks on the regular Harpe Ace. I doubt you're going to bump into that, but again, we wanted to make this as extreme as possible, right? So the higher durability switches in this mouse to really make it worthwhile. Now, all of that would not be useful if it didn't have a good connection. Jake is breaking out the thing I'm about to talk about. So the ROG Harpe Ace Extreme uses our tri-mode connectivity. You can connect it with a cable, and it comes with a braided cable. Bluetooth, if you're on the road and you don't want to bring like a dongle with you. But most people are going to be using it with the third connection, our low latency ROG Speed Nova Tech, which uses our ROG Omni receiver. That's cool because not only is it super low latency, but you can connect a mouse and a keyboard through that one receiver, which means you take up fewer USB ports. So if you have one of our keyboards that's compatible with the Omni receiver, you only need one dongle. It also comes with our ROG polling rate booster. So that's not what Jake is. There you go. That's the polling rate booster. So you can plug in your USB cable or the USB dongle into that. And it will raise the polling rate. So that can go up to 8,000 hertz for crazy, crazy fast response times, giving you as much precision as possible. Again, very important for esports and people who are playing at a very high level, ideally on a ultra high refresh rate display. Yeah, there you go. And then you can hook that right into your PC, or you can use the other thing that Jake has here is kind of like an extension. So you could plug that in with the cable to your PC and kind of hook it on the edge of your desk so the receiver is like closer to the mouse.
Which is pretty cool.
Especially if you have a PC that's kind of further away.
Like a clip on it. That's what I was inspecting. It's got sticky.
Yeah.
I think you can peel this off. So you can stick it to something or you can clip it. Sorry, I'm not holding it in the camera very well. You can clip it and I think this peels off. That's what it looks like at least.
I believe that's true. Although I have mouse that have come with those, but I've never actually used them.
So. Yeah, me neither. So this is kind of, I've actually never had one of these come in the mail. It's cool.
Interesting.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's handy. So as Jake showed, there are a few other accessories inside the box. You've got the grip tape, one set of grip tape that you can put on the mouse if you want that extra bit of grip on the sides. And an alternate set of the Gorilla Glass feet. It has PTFE feet on the bottom by default because that's going to be more widely compatible. I believe you got an extra set of PTFE feet in there.
Yep.
But yeah, then you've also got the Gorilla Glass, which is my preferred.
And honestly, like we talk about premium and always going above and beyond. We've even got cleaning wipes. Like
yeah.
That's kind of incredible. Right. So like I think there's two wet ones and then there's one microfiber cloth.
Oh, handy. Okay. And then you've got that case, which is sweet if you want to bring it with you, right? You're bringing to a tournament or whatever.
Yeah, just a little travel case. Like
esports focused.
This has all your attachments. Neat. Definitely built for the esports gamer, right? And the nice thing about this case, I gotta say, is like you don't want to commit too much bag space to your mouse. So this is really as compact as it gets while protecting your mouse completely, while holding your accessories, but it's not bulky. I think if this was bulky, I would really dislike it. Very, very good design.
Well, that's why it's got that mouse shape on the top, right? That's not just for looks. That's you make the case take up less volume overall. There is also a stand in that. So I think if you open that box, Jake, I think you can actually take out the stand that it was sitting on, and you could like put that on your desk.
This guy,
yeah. So it's like that. It's like the Ally, right? It's like a piece of the packaging. It's cardboard. It's not like we didn't make like a whole stand for it, but you could take out that piece of the packaging, and it doubles as a stand on your desk if you wanted to.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yes. So the Harpe Ace Extreme, like I said, is on shelf in the US now. You have to check your specific regions to see if it's available in your area because this is our most premium mouse. It may not be available in every region. It depends on where, we think it's actually going to sell. This is it's $250 or $249, whatever, at Amazon in the US. Other regions may have other retailers. Again, if that's a bit tough for you to swing, the Harpe Ace AimLab edition is also available in black and white. That's going to be a great choice as well. A lot of the same benefits, but it's not quite as light. This is the cream of the crop. This is the top end mouse. Makes a great pairing with the ROG Azoth Extreme that we featured a few weeks back. That's also kind of the extreme version of our high-end keyboard. So if you want the absolute best of the best of the best of the best of the best, this is it. If you just want the best of the best of the best, Harpe Ace AimLab edition is also there for you. As always, guys, this is just part of our show. During our full live stream, we talk about what's on shelf this week. We talk about what products are on sale. We jam about games and other stuff like that. So if you want to see that, tune in live on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific to see the full show. Plus, Jake streams games using different ROG gear every Tuesday and Friday. Streaming God of War right now, sometimes on the Ally, sometimes on a different PC.
Scar 18.
God of War runs beautifully on everything. So
It does.
if you want to keep up with what's going on, you can also follow us on social media and join our Discord to stay up to date with the latest news and announcements.